Good morning, students. Today we are taking poem 3, The Voice of the Rain, written by Walt Whitman. This is the first part of this poem. Then we'll be sending you the second part. This poem, Voice of Rain, is a romantic poem written by Walt Whitman. Means there is lot of reference of nature, force of nature. Let us have the introduction of the poem first. There are certain points that we'll be introducing to explain the poem. The narrative of the poem is a personified form. This personified form must be understood by students. And to understand that, let us see some literary devices used here. And one of them is personification. Personification is a figure of speech where we explain the non-living things in such a manner that they seems to be living. For example, rain refers itself as I, whereas rain is a non-living thing. I is used by human beings, so this is personified. Rain here seems to be talking. Okay, then we have got speaker is rain, telling about its journey of life, its cycle of life. A parallel is drawn between rain and music. We must understand that a parallel between rain and music simplifies that rain also creates music when it falls on different parts of the earth, different objects of the earth. So rain brings with it some musical notes. Dialogue is going on between rain and the poet. So throughout the poem we feel that poet and rain are talking, and you will, when we read the poem, you will find that the poem itself begins with a question asked by the poet from rain, that who are you? The poem is a romantic overflow. As I told you earlier, this is a romantic poet because Walt Whitman himself is a romantic poet. The literary device is used here, as I told you, personification. Then we have got metaphor. As you already know, metaphor is a figure of speech where implied comparison is done. That is, without using words like and as, we create images to make a comparison. Then we have got oxymoron. It is a figure of speech where two contradictory words or ideas are put together. For example, altogether changed yet the same. There are other examples itself in the poem only, like day and night. So you can see these two words or ideas are contradictory in nature, but they are put together to draw a meaning. Now let us come to the actual reading of the poem. Voice of the Rain, Walt Whitman. And who art thou? Said I to the soft falling shower. Here I represent Walt Whitman. I is the poet. And on the very outset, in the very beginning, the poet has asked a question to rain. Who art thou? Thou means you. Who are you? Said I means poet asked to the falling rain. Which, strange to tell, gave me an answer as here translated. A writer says that he was very full of wonder that when I asked the rain, who are you? It shot back an answer, gave an answer back. That is why I say this poem is personified. The rain has been explained as a living thing, as a living being which is talking. And that particular answer has been, by the rain, has been translated here. Now from here, from this line, from here to the last second line, this is the rain that is speaking. This much part, this particular part is the part spoken by the rain. Okay. I am the poem of the earth, said the voice of the rain. The voice of the rain means rain said, I am the poem of the earth. Here I refer to the rain and says I'm the poem of the earth. Poem of the earth here means that when rain falls, there is a music created, and that is why it calls itself as the poem of the earth. Eternal I rise impalpable out of the land and the bottomless sea. Eternal means forever, always. I rise means the rain says I take birth. Impalpable, unseen, unnoticed, in no distinct form, out of the land and the bottomless sea. That means rain says I take birth from the land and other sources of water, and it is in the form of evaporation. So we can say that rain says that my birthplace is earth, and after evaporation, upward to heaven. That means that evaporated form of rain that rises upward means toward the sky. Whence, where? Vaguely formed. High in the sky, the rain in the form of evaporation, vapors take a undistinctive shape, that means vague kind of shape in the form of clouds, altogether changed yet the same. The rain says, my form is different, but I am still the same, means I am rain. That is one of the form of the rain itself. That means rain is there, but it has different form. Like earlier on earth, it was in the form of water, then in the form of evaporation, then in the form of clouds high in the sky. So the form keep on changing, but it remains the same, and means the rain remains the same. I descend to lave the droughts, atomies, dust layers of the globe. That means the next part, next part of the cycle of the rain is that I descend means I fall in the form of rain to lave, to wash the droughts, atomies, and the dust layer. All the dryness of the earth is washed away. It has been, earth gets a lot of water due to rain. So rain says, I am the one who gives water again to my own source. I clean the earth from all the dirt, dust layers on it. So in this particular part, we'll be doing only this much. In the next part, we'll be doing the rest of the poem. Thank you and have a nice day.